This is tortured holy ground. People, human beings, were tortured here, were held in bondage here, and were carted off from here like they were cattle. They wept, they slept in their own excrement. The beautiful sound of the ocean was a sound of terror. They had never seen it or heard it before. And they were going somewhere they didn't even know. I was really thinking of it as a kind of homecoming for me as an African American, knowing that we were going to be coming to the places of slaves, enslavement, and embarkation, and that terrible journey through the Middle Passage to the Americas. Knowing that was a way of returning sort of to the roots of who I am. W.B. Du Bois, in his book, The Souls of Black Folk, once spoke of being black in America as two warring souls in one dogged body. And the truth is, I've lived a life of two souls in one body, African and American, black and Episcopalian. And I've lived with that reality since I was a child. All you have to do is go into your family history and you will see paradoxes galore in all of our families. And the same is true for me, even as an African American man, as the presiding bishop of the Episcopal Church, a church that did participate and very often blessed some of the horrors that happened here. It was a hell on earth. We were in a chapel above the dungeon where people were being tortured. And at one point, it was an Anglican chapel. Prayers from the 1662 prayer book were prayed while people were being damned below. That is a horrible paradox to have to live. And yet, on the other hand, those who survived lived long enough for children to be born from them and for generations to come from them. And what they endured, they did not endure in vain. And so somehow standing here in this place is somewhere between heaven and hell. And for me, it is a place of real recommitment. My hope is that this journey will help us to reclaim and reface a common history that we have, a painful past, not for the sake of guilt, but for the sake of all of us, black, white, red, yellow, and brown, finding ways to face our past and then to turn in a new direction and create a new future. This may be a moment when the churches may lead the societies to find another way. The church blessed this once, but we must never bless any of the mutated, cancerous forms of hatred ever again. We must bless the world by a love that is meant for all and a love that will never be stopped. We follow Jesus, who had to endure the paradox of hatred in the midst of love, and he did it. We can do it as the Episcopal Church. We can do it as Americans. That's the message for me from here.
Now that I love you, there's no turning back. Now that I love you, there's no turning back.